there are plugins, but there are also things that work with plugins, and that's where our next set of guests come from. Sean Mullen is the CEO and founder of a company called Rampant Design Tools. They don't create plugins. They create incredible visual effects that work on a variety of platforms. We're going to talk with Sean about that in just a second. And Kanen Flowers, who's the founder of that studio, is also joining us because, well, let's just say that there's a partnership between Rampant and that studio, and I want to find out more about this because it was just recently announced, and I want all the inside scoop. Sean, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And Kanen, thanks for joining us as well.
My pleasure, always.
Kanen, I'm going to have you just sit there quietly for yourself, which is a change.
I will do my flat level best, sir.
For a couple of minutes. Sean, tell us in a paragraph, what does Rampant Design Tools do?
We create drag and drop practical visual effects.
What's that mean in English?
What that means is the majority of the content that we offer to the public are shot. They're acquired. They're not digital. They're not created in the box. We use cameras like the Arri and the Red to create things. So fire, dust, smoke, light overlays, film flashes, etc.
So you're not creating a plugin, are you?
No, sir. It's all QuickTime based.
And so I just simply take your movie and drop it in, or how do I integrate it with my projects?
If you can drag a clip from your bin to your timeline, you're good to go.
Okay, but the question is, does that clip stand alone, or is it layered in with other effects, or what kind of stuff are you creating?
You can mix and match.
You're just not going to give me details, are you? So what kind of stuff would I get from you?
You can get smoke, fire, light leaks, film flashes.
So it's effects that layer on top of
correct.
Other things.
We have some with alpha channels and some that you have to use blending modes for. But yeah, everything goes right on top of your timeline.
And it works?
Works fabulously.
How'd you get into this business?
I've been doing stock elements or practical effects for about 20 years. When I started out on shows like Charmed, Roswell, and Ally McBeal, they didn't have the array of plugins they have today. So we had to rely on shooting things practically in the field and then finding a way to composite that later.
Well, one of the things that Hollywood is famous for is a person would point a gun and they would say bang, but nothing actually gets fired. We have to draw the muzzle flash in later.
Correct.
So the things that you're providing would be like muzzle flashes, so that it becomes integrated in with another background plate.
That's correct. We shot practical muzzle flashes for a volume that happens to be in the product line that we're partnered with Kanen. We shot actual guns, so you don't have to. And then we composite. We gave you composite elements, so you can just drop a muzzle flash on, switch to blending mode, and you're good to go.
So where does Kanen get involved in all this?
Kanen is a brilliant independent filmmaker. And brilliant. I love his work.
Did he say that?
He just throws that word around casually. Just so you know.
He's got to stop reading press releases. He's a brilliant independent filmmaker.
He's a fabulous filmmaker.
So he's bought all of your stuff.
I wouldn't necessarily look at it that way. No, it really is a strategic partnership.
So the two of you are working together.
Correct.
So Kanen, welcome, by the way.
Thank you.
What attracted you to Sean's stuff?
Oh, well, I mean, as you know, we've been trying to create a lot of original content, and we've been working with a lot of independent filmmakers, and we're doing a lot of television shows in independent film, and we're a production and post-production and visual effects house, right? And we had this grand experiment for a while where we were doing scruffy TV and all this, and we decided to put on our big boy pants and start a real company, which is called That Studio.
That Studio,
right. As you know, we have a podcast called That Post Show, so it made sense to take the brand That. So we have That Studio, That Post Show. Also, it's a little bit derogatory. Hollywood can go, oh, it's That Studio, which we like in a small way.
In a counterculture kind of
Absolutely.
way.
So I do live in Portland after all right now. So
I did not know
little
that.
Counterculture in my genes.
So then you were running That Studio, but that still doesn't get me to Sean.
No, it doesn't. So we've been using the Rampant Design Tools practical visual effects for the last year. We fell in love with it. We've used it in everything we've done. If you've seen 1820, if you've seen the Hero Punk teaser, if you've seen several films at Sundance, if you've seen many of the things that we've worked on, commercials and things like that, we just used the Rampant Design Tool stuff in every single thing that we were doing, and we loved it. We thought it was fantastic. And for us, we kept telling Sean, oh man, we wish this, we wish that, we wish this. And Sean just said, well, hey man, let's do that together. Let's figure out a way where we can, join forces and make that happen. And the big thing was, we thought that there were two markets. There's a market for the studios, like, Disney and these kind of guys. And then there's the market for independent filmmakers, wedding videographers, people like me. I mean, like cheap guys who don't want to, pay for the hard drives
work,
and all
but
that.
Not in a studio.
Yeah, but I'm stingy. I'm not going to lie. Like, I don't like to pay a lot of money. I like to get as much as I possibly can for as little as I can pay. And I think that's a lot of people. But I don't think it's everyone. And I certainly don't think it's the studios. I think if you're Alan Bell working on Hunger Games, you're not worried about price, you're worried about quality. And so there's a compromise on both sides. So we have Studio Essentials, which Rampant is continuing to produce, and is 2K, 4K, and 5K, super high quality stuff. And then we have Indie Essentials, which is a bundle where it's an all-you-can-eat buffet of everything you want. It's $399. It includes not just a bunch of Rampant stuff, but sound effects and all kinds of things that didn't exist in the Rampant library. And we've partnered to continue to add to that as time goes on.
So I would actually contact you to buy some of Sean's stuff?
Well, if you go to Rampant Design Tools, the website right now, there's 2 buttons. It's simple as it can be. There's Indie Essentials and there's Studio Essentials. And it's choose your own adventure. You get to choose, do you want to go 4K, you want to go 2K.
Yep.
So it's like the red pill and the blue pill.
That's right.
So what attracted you to Kanen? Because I know it's your own company. It's when you started, and you're...
He's a pretty good-looking guy.
It's genetic.
Okay, I'm waiting. But, when you're running your own company and you're small, you're always nervous about who you partner with.
Absolutely.
And so what was it that reassured you about working with him?
As he puts it, we're both on the same spaceship. We're very similar in a lot of ways. We both come from a long work history in Hollywood. We both know what it's like to be a compositor back in the day. So there's a lot. We have very similar aspirations, and we're both very passionate. I'm very passionate about making visual effects. He's very passionate about making visual effects in storytelling and other narratives. So we mesh really well. We're a pretty good team.
What have you got for us that's new now that this team has been formed?
Well, we've got fire, smoke. We've got massive fire. I mean,
it's beautiful.
It's gorgeous. It's shot on the Epic. It's stunning.
Has to be. It's an epic.
Yeah, there you go. It's inherent in the name. We have dust and smoke and flares and some really great water, but it's all real. The flares we shot were on 100-year-old lenses, anamorphic lenses. I mean, it's gorgeous. So
you really don't want to make the products. You just want to shoot the products. I can just imagine.
There you go. Yeah. I love being in the studio. I absolutely do.
Absolutely.
So
that's actually, Larry, that's actually a really great reason why this partnership makes a lot of sense, is because with that post show and with that studio and all these things, I'm out in the middle of all the independent filmmaking stuff, and Sean is truly one of the great practical effects guys. I mean, he's just amazing. He blows stuff up for a living, and he loves it. And I get the benefit from that. So the partnership makes perfect sense, And the partnership also allowed us to reduce the price point, to reach a bigger audience, to bundle things in a way that was different. I mean, it made perfect sense. It continues to make perfect sense.
So we have new titles to work with this year?
Yes.
Oh, absolutely. Everything on the Rampant side of things, everything's brand new.
Yep.
Starting this month, all products are brand new. The new website, new products, new everything.
That's very cool. For people that want to learn more, where can they go on the web, Sean?
RampantDesignTools.com.
And for people that want to learn more about Indie Essentials, where can they go?
Well, they can go to RampantDesignTools.com and click on Indie Essentials, or they can go to the very complicated URL, IndieEssentials.com.
Indie Essentials.
Indie Essentials.
That studio.
That studio.
I'm sensing a trend here.
Absolutely.
For Sean Mullen, the website is Rampant Design Tools. That's all one word, RAMPANT, RampantDesignTools.com. And for Kanen's side of the equation, it's IndieEssentials.com. IndieEssentials.com. Sean Mullen, the CEO and founder of Rampant Design Tools, and Kanen Flowers, the co-founder of that studio. Gentlemen, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you,
Larry.
Appreciate it.